Welcome back, Racing Addicts fans.
Yes. Chase Briscoe is still on the gas.
I mean, to be fair, I think everybody wishes they had 2 more inches.
Get down, bad boy!
We're all going to be in debt.
I don't know how we're going to do this.
Smash that like button, like Brad smashes people in the chart.
Well, it was undisclosed liquid.
You're going back to the
The
door
center
numbers.
number. Where's my Swifties at?
Oh my gosh.
And just like that, we're off the rail.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm assuming ladies listen to this. That might be a tall reach.
I mean,
but
we're family friendly for the most part.
We are, and
everybody should listen.
And we're 2 handsome dudes.
Well, legitimate.
We would be 4 handsome dudes if the other 2 didn't bail at the last minute all
If
the time.
they would show up.
Good Lord. This is turning into the Alex and Kevin show.
Right?
Man.
I think, again, we just make them carry our bags once we go national.
Yeah, so once we get signed by Dirty Mo Media, I think like the 2 of us maybe get 70% of it, and then the other 2 just have to divide out whatever's left.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So 15%
I like it.
each of them, 35 to each of us.
Yeah.
There it is.
And they have to room together.
Yeah, because I'm not sharing a room with David. We've long
done
determined that. Yeah, I do own AirPod Pros now, so I'm less afraid. But you know, why take a chance?
Well, and for the Martinsville weekend, you have a wall in between. So
Thank God.
You're lucky.
That's great, and we got fans and air conditioners. We're good. We're golden, baby. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be legendary.
I think we should stick him back in the bunk again, just because then it muffles the sound.
It's great. Yeah. One of you's got to fight over the pull-out bed. It's a little more inconvenient, but it's also the most comfortable.
It is.
So
I slept there last time.
You did. So that you may want to claim it.
I don't want to jump the gun, but if I can, I'm claiming the couch.
And then we might have to put Mitch on the top bunk because I think he's the only one that fits.
I think he is. I think he's the only one skinny enough to fit up there.
Yeah, you're not wrong because I think the rest of us are too big and overweight. And I own it, so I'm sitting in the bedroom. So.
Well, exactly. Oh, we can always let Mitch come in and cuddle with you. He probably needs a good cuddle.
I mean, a whole weekend away from my wife, I might need it. I might need some cuddle time. So.
Hey, that'd be a good way for him to work off some of his debts to you. Gas money, grocery money, money for the tickets.
So
Services
Gateway,
rendered.
guys, let's talk about Gateway. That was a thing that happened this weekend. Gateway, that race cars went in circles and they finished. So
what would you rate it, Alex?
Oh gosh,
I thought it was pretty good, actually.
It was better than I expected. Like, credit where it is due. Rolling into Sunday, my expectations were like garbage. What I hated was still we had multiple 30-lap runs of aero blocking.
Yes,
like Seabell, the fastest car of the race. If cars were able to pass, Seabell wins that race hands down.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Blaney maybe P2, P3. But,
I mean, Blaney
was
was, I think, every bit as fast, but he just got shut down.
The same thing. And it's like, we saw Seabell basically way faster than Logano, and all Logano did was go back and forth
and
to create a wake.
The air.
Yeah, and then he's done. So I'll go 5. I'm just going to go right in the middle. I'll go 5 because the race was better than I expected. Actually, the restarts were really fun. They were good. But 5 laps into a run, you were done. Like that was the, whatever position you were in, that was it until the next caution. So what do you think?
So I'm not too far from you. I thought it was a 6. Again, I thought it was good for the first few laps after the restarts and everything. I like that tires were a factor, and we saw a couple of drivers that actually had rotor issues, which I don't like the safety aspect, of it. But all in all, I think that it was good because both tires were a factor and brakes were a factor, and you had to manage both. Yeah.
No, that was honestly kind of encouraging because we never see that. So that was kind of. I know Seabell at one point on his radio actually made a comment where he went, "Oh crap, tires matter today." Like it was just kind of funny because they're like the drivers are just not used to it. It's like, oh wow, we actually have to like manage stuff. This is kind of crazy.
And I forget who it was, but somebody asked them one of the crew chiefs asked their driver what they needed. They said to be at the front. He didn't care about changes or anything else. He just get me out front so that he could do something.
Yeah, and it's the aero still just sucks. It's so bad and like, but yeah, better than expected. So
I mean, Blaney went through the field twice, not to jump on the Blaney wagon already, but he went through the field twice. Once because of pit strategy, and then the second time because of Larson dumping him. So there was passing to be had. until a point.
Which I feel it's later in the list, but we're just going to bring it up now because you had a perfect setup and I don't want to waste it. What the frick happened in the Hendrick Motorsports meeting this week that they just decided, let's screw the whole field this weekend?
I think they took a page out of the Joe Gibbs playbook, honestly, because
You're not wrong.
It was all the Hendrick drivers taking out all the Penske drivers. I don't know what the issue was, if Roger beat Rick out on the golf course that week or what. But, dude, that was bad. I mean, we had Chase Elliott taking out Barry. I mean, and that was just pure stupidity at the end of stage one.
At 100% because Barry didn't change lanes.
No.
Barry didn't aggressively slow down. Chase just
drove
it. Yeah. And he shouldn't be doing that. Like, he's a better driver than that.
And he's a veteran enough to not make stupid mistakes like that. I mean, and again, why do you need to be that aggressive at the end of stage one? There is still 2 more stages left in this race. There's still plenty of time to make up those spots. Like, you didn't have to drive through the kid. No, 100%.
I just didn't get that at all. And it just, you feel bad for Barry, man. Like, they screwed up the setup at Darlington and it sat on the diffuser and that's what caused his spin. And then here, like,
he was running good,
running great, doing what he needs to do to even have a chance, and gets just taken out by a Hendrick car. And and then
we had, even though he's not directly a Hendrick driver, but we had SVG doing the same thing to Cindric. He just drove it in and just drove underneath him. Now, Cindric wasn't the only one SVG did it to at the race over the weekend, but it was egregious, and, they are aligned with Hendrick shops.
Do we think SVG's DGAF was just gone?
Right.
Because, dude, he was running over everybody. Like,
I think he's trying to prove a point that, he's better than just the road course guy. But at the same time, like, dude, come on.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't work. It didn't work. So, sorry.
No, it didn't. Because he still ended up backwards, towards the end of the race. But so
it ain't there.
Larson on Blaney, Chase Elliott on Barry, and then SVG on Cindric. It's just, man, the only Penske car that didn't get taken out was Logano, and he just kind of flew under the radar the whole day.
And he's the one that we wanted someone to take out.
Right?
Like, we were all rooting for that. It's like, come on, guys, you're missing the target. That's who we wanted. Yeah.
Is it just weird? Is it just me, or is it weird seeing a green number 22? Like,
it is weird.
I know it's the Hunt brothers, and they were a Harvick sponsor, but man, it doesn't look right to me.
It doesn't. And in our Hendrick Menace, we can't forget the rest of them. So it kind of flew under the radar, but William Byron dang near caused a pileup.
Yes, he did.
He made a 3-wide move like later than anybody could even make a 3-wide move. He gets in there, hits the 77. The 77 slides up and just somehow doesn't get turned. But that was easily a 6-car pileup.
Oh,
if somehow, like, it just,
because that was still while they were all bunched up before things got spread out. Like,
and then we have to talk about the fate. I mean, one of the main topics coming out of this race is Kyle Larson coming from, 200 feet back and just sailing it into the 12 car.
Yeah, I didn't mean to take him out, but dude, what do you think's going to happen when you just drive it in like that and no idea where you're at on the track? Come on.
I was trying to put myself in Kyle's seat to see.
I get the aggressive moves to make positions, okay? But there was just no way that was going to work.
That's the thing. Like, I get, like, Larson takes low percentage moves. That's not a new thing. But this was like a 0% move. Like, there was no scenario in which he made it anywhere good. He was a football field behind the 12 entering the corner and just cooks it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it was just, that car was going to wash out so bad. It wasn't even like a slider, like you see in the dirt track. You see, them slide up in front and then park it right in front of them to mess up the momentum. But no, like, it wasn't even going to be a slider. He was just going to drive through whoever was there, regardless of who it was.
Oh, yeah. And especially being a dirt guy, he should know he wasn't anywhere close enough to throw a slider.
Exactly.
Like, not even in the ballpark to throw a slider, because he never even made it beside the 12. He literally hit the left rear quarter. So,
exactly.
That was just, and Kyle is a phenomenal driver. Like, I don't ever want to take that away from him, but my gosh, he steps on his ding dong all the time.
Now, do you think that that's a result of him having such a mediocre summer? he kind of faded away. He hasn't really done anything all summer.
Sorry,
and now he's kind of driving over his head. Now that we're at the playoffs, do you think that has something to do with it?
I will say for sure. I wonder if anyone else will catch that. Thank you.
Love it.
Subtle nod there. I am curious if anybody else will catch. Hendrick sucked last week.
Yes, they did.
They were not expected to do well this weekend. Statistically, this is a terrible Hendrick track. And I'm wondering how much pressure we're put on the drivers going into the race. Like, legitimately. Like, I know we kind of made a joke about, like, what was in their cereal this week. But I do wonder in that meeting, I bet there was some serious pressure put on the drivers.
Especially with, like, Bowman being on the outside looking in. The Hendrick cars have been quiet all summer, like I said. I bet they were trying to turn the wick up a little bit just to kind of get momentum on their side.
They just overcooked it, and then poor Bowman, he's the only Hendrick car not wrecking the field, but they got his pit crew off Temu, and geez,
that was bad. That was so bad.
And I feel like I've been a long time Bowman defender, so this isn't really new information, but it's obvious that he's getting the tail end of everything lately.
Yeah.
Like
he's. I know we joke about the blue collar comments, by certain teams and everything, but I would put Bowman more in that category because he came up through, and he was always an outsider looking in. He was never a big team, big money guy, until Junior decided to kind of throw him a bone,
Yeah, it's true. Junior was big in him getting into that car.
Yeah.
So.
And, it's really unfortunate that you haven't seen, I'm going to say the success, but also the support from the Hendrick overthinkers that are making the decisions, because they've not put him over.
It just feels that way because it's like nothing ever goes wrong for Chase, and you can kind of tell he's like the favorite there. And I don't know.
Between him and Larson.
Yeah. And you got to be frustrated if you're Bowman, I think, because this is every week he gets screwed somehow, know, and obviously he sped on pit road, which was his fault. But he did it trying to make up for his pit crew just sucking. They're awful. Like, I'm sorry, they're just bad. Like,
are we sure that the right front tire changer off of Blaney's crew didn't go over there somehow?
Listen, I don't know things.
Yeah.
You call all you want to call, but I don't know things. It was just so bad. And it was so frustrating to again, just see the Hendrick garbage. Like, I was mad watching because I'm like, what are we doing? And it was so funny because I had just tweeted, anybody that follows our Twitter account, it was after the Byron thing. I had just tweeted, like, what is up with these Hendrick cars today? Because they're just running into everybody. And then it was about 15 minutes after that the 5 takes out the 12. And I just retweeted it and wrote, again, like, what is going on? So I
remember in Days of Thunder where Harry Hyde tells Cole Trickle to go out there and hit the pace car.
Yeah,
you've hit damn near everything else on the track. I want you to be perfect.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. That's about how it felt. So I think at this point, and listen, I'm a big Blaney fan because he's a respectful guy. Like, that's part of what makes me.
His post-race interview, I think, was on point.
Yeah.
He is just class the whole way through.
But you know what? I think he has reached a point where he needs to send a message to the competitors because he is consistently
walked on
the guy getting run over by the rest of the field. And I think it's time to send a message. Pick. If we go even just this year, all the guys that have wrecked Blaney, is probably half the field. So you pick one and just wreck them. Who even cares? Just wreck them, and then in your interview, be like, Charlotte, and just because I think we're nearing a point where, and I say it sarcastically, but I mean it for real. I think he needs to reestablish reputation and respect because he's too nice a guy and he's getting walked over.
I think you're right. I just don't think it'll ever happen. Blaney's not that guy.
I know. And again, like, I respect him for it, so I don't want to undermine it, but I kind of want him to do it.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying completely because you can only get stepped on so many times before you step back. But, I don't know. I don't think you'll ever see it from him just because he is that relaxed of a guy.
My only thought would be, let's say it comes down to the 5 and the 12 for the championship, which the odds are there. What if it's like a last 5 lap or last restart, and he just like kicks the 5 up out of the groove? Like that could be your moment of redemption.
I mean, to drive him hard into the corner, that's one thing, but to just full on ship him, I don't think you'll see it.
I respect you, Blaney, but it's time.
Yeah,
It's time.
Take that nice guy hat off and show him that they need to stop stepping on you.
Well, and I love the attitude of, I'm going to race you how you race me. You know, it's because we see it in every other series of racing.
Oh,
like,
100%.
Like the guys that are respectful, you know, like if you look in dirt racing, Lance Deweese always gets raced with respect because he always races everyone else with respect. You know, Zach Hampton, not so much because he hasn't earned it. So I feel like that same dynamic, it's the same idea. Just
And I mean, even within the Cup Series, look at Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain, you know, drives aggressive and made a lot of enemies, and notice they kind of stuck it back to him whenever they got the opportunity or whenever the finish was on the line.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying they overtly just dumped him and wrecked him, but at the same time, they didn't cut him any slack either. And that was enough to kind of foul him up.
Well, we talked about it last week too, but Hocevar is already seeing that. And what was funny is there was multiple times yesterday that I caught somebody just putting Hocevar in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Like it's and again, you've built that reputation for yourself.
Well,
there
Ty
it is.
Gibbs falls into that same category too. You know, because he didn't make any friends when he first entered the series, and I think
still is.
That's also part of his struggles now.
Yeah, no, 100%. So Denny Hamlin got the win. Good for him. Whatever.
Still don't like it.
I know. I'm indifferent on him at this point. So well done. Honestly, I would have rather seen Denny Hamlin than Joey Logano.
Really?
I mean, I've long not been a Logano fan. That's not really new. But I'm so worried about him having 2 good races and being in the Final Four again that it's like I just can't stand seeing him do anything because
I don't want to see Hamlin in the Final Four. I don't. I want him to go without a championship. I can't.
If I have to pick between the 11 or the 22, I'm picking the 11.
I hope you feel
know.
dirty.
Oh, whatever. Hamlin actually threw some shade at Logano in the post-race press conference, which was really funny. He said something like, I'd rather have 60 wins than winning 3 championships and not having any, or so. I forget what he said, but it was pretty funny, honestly.
So as much as it pains me to say, I will say this season I've started to ease off my hatred of Hamlin a little bit, and I like that he's shown his personality a little bit more in interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, my hatred is starting to wane a little bit, but I still don't want to see him get a championship.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still rooting for the 12, obviously, but, you know, everyone but the 22. Bell upsetted his crew after the race, and I don't know if you got to hear this clip, but so Bell crosses the finish line, and the crew chief goes, "Hey, solid run." He finished, I think, P7. Good job by the whole team. This was a good effort. This is what we needed. And Bell just comes out guns a-blazing. No kidding. I am so effing sick of winning these races that we need to be, or not winning these races that we should be winning. We're the fastest car all day. We have these garbage pit strategies, and out of Chris Bell, I did not expect it.
That's saying something, because he's usually pretty calm and collected.
But I gotta say,
he's not wrong.
He's not
wrong.
He was the best car on Sunday. From what I saw, that 20 car should have won the race. Now, obviously, the whole aero blocking, like all that bull crap, that was hurting him. But their pit strategy did suck because he was losing positions every time. And in a car that you can't pass, you cannot give up spots in the pits because you're just done. Like, it's just game over. So, I mean, he was 100% right.
No, I agree. That is the one Joe Gibbs car that I don't mind seeing have success, and he is constantly making up for shortcomings of his crew. You know, I'm not saying that he doesn't make any errors himself, but there's a lot of times where his crew puts him in a bad position, and he has to drive back to the front for it.
Yeah. Solid day for Bubba until he forgot to shift the car.
That was a stack up and a half. How about it?
It was. It did mess up the 5, which I'll be honest, I was pretty excited about because I was not a very big Kyle Larson fan at that moment.
So, not to defend Bubba, but they said that it was actually stuck in gear. He couldn't get it out of gear. So it's not that he couldn't shift. It's that, or it's not that he didn't shift. It's that he couldn't shift.
Hey, these Fisher Price parts, man, they're good stuff.
Gotta love it.
And he actually had some comments post race that I kind of liked because I think one thing I'm getting frustrated about is a lot of the NASCAR media every week, it feels like, is putting the product of the car on Goodyear. And every week it's like, well, Goodyear just needs to make a better tire. And it's like, well, no, when the car washes up 4 lanes and loses half a second because they get in a wake, that's not the tire.
Yeah.
That's the aero on the car being garbage.
And it's not the tire being a problem whenever you run it too low on air pressure and then blow a tire.
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And he was kind of getting baited in his post-race interview, and they said something, like, "Oh, how was the tire today?" And Bubba's like, "I was fine. It honestly did what it needed to do. Like I thought Goodyear did a good job." And they said, "Yeah, but does Goodyear really need to bring a softer tire?" And Bubba goes, "Fix the car. Fix the car."
I agree with him 100%.
It was good. It was a great interview because I love that there was the bait, and he just goes, no, it's car. It's the car. It's 100% the car. Fix the freaking car. I was like, hey, he could be on the Racing Addicts podcast with that kind of language.
With that kind of opinion, hell yeah, he can be on the podcast.
Oh, my man. Hey, we got a seat right here for you since no one else ever shows up.
Maybe he'll actually show up. I mean.
Yeah, there you go. You can sit right next to the Allgaier. Yeah, it'd be great. Of course, maybe David will actually show up for that episode. This is just going to be the episode of us throwing shade on everyone else because it's just entertaining.
It's still with love, but still throwing shade.
And he was with his kids. Like,
how dare he? I mean, his daughter hit a single, to win the game.
Hey, congratulations! All right.
Oh, yep.
There we go. Props to his kid. Won the game.
Good on him for showing up and being a dad. Mm-hmm. But he should still show up here too.
Yeah, but shame on him for skipping us. That's where we're at. And actually, the only
I was
other
going to say,
thing
we won't even start on Mitch.
No, it's, yeah. Hey, his team won this week. The Bengals won.
Yeah, which was surprising.
It was. And apparently, the Eagles won too. I fell asleep. Listen, I'm an old man, and they had a lightning hold. I didn't make it out of the lightning hold Thursday.
See, if I didn't work on Friday, or if I had to work on Friday, I wouldn't have made it either.
Yeah.
But I made it.
So what's funny, we were watching it downstairs, and during the lightning delay, we were like, let's go to bed. And I was like, perfect. So I went up and I put the game on and thought, I'll get ready, play a little Sudoku on my phone, scroll some Twitter, whatever, and then we'll finish. I don't remember anything. I literally, I'm telling you, I think my head hit the pillow.
And you were out.
I was dead because the next thing I remember is it's about 2:00 in the morning and I wake up because the TV's still on. And it's playing commercials. It's like how when you fall asleep watching dirt racing and you wake up to like the static
loop
screen from Flow where it's just like music and like this event has ended. This event has ended. Yeah, it was basically that, which that also happens more frequently than it probably should. I'm just getting old. So, but
tell me
Eagles.
about it, buddy. I agree with you. Go Birds.
Go Birds. Jalen Hurts, what a beast, man. I love that guy.
Dude, I know Nick Foles was the Iceman, but man, Jalen Hurts, he doesn't get rattled easily either.
No, and his leadership and everything, I'm really impressed with.
Yeah, I mean, even with Spitgate happening, he didn't get rattled and he got done what needed to get done.
Hey, and Dak spit first, by the way.
Yes, he did.
I'm just throwing that out there.
100%. Dak should get penalized just as much as Jalen Carter.
Can you imagine? So they obviously, we're talking football, whatever. Obviously, they threw Jalen Carter out of the game for it.
But then they didn't throw out the defender that full-on punched Travis Kelce in the face.
See, that's where you got to get consistent, man. I don't get it. Like, and the irony is, like, if Dak
NASCAR
spit
didn't
too,
have bad officiating the last couple weeks.
It did. We should have changed the board to better than the NFL,
right?
Which is every week, honestly. The NFL officiating is so bad. It is hands down one of the worst things in the world. And it's so funny because by the end of the NFL season every year, I'm like, all right, NASCAR gets like 2 months of a free pass. Yeah. Like it's so, but Dak should have gotten thrown out. And could you imagine that game if Dak would have gotten thrown out?
Oh my God. It would have been a bloodbath.
It would have been beautiful. It would have been beautiful. Chef's kiss. Mwah. I love it. So what's great is the Eagles beat the Cowboys even before the Cowboys choke, because they always start the season good and then choke halfway through.
Yep.
So the good news is if the Eagles can win right out of the gate, that means later in the
We're
season.
already one up on them.
Oh, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yep.
Yeah. Because the Cowboys will be garbage by week 9.
Hopefully by then the Eagles will be hitting on all cylinders, because I think they were not at full force this week.
Yeah, and I noticed a lot of teams that way. I was shocked. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah. Where did that come from? That was not on my bingo card.
Right? Like, he didn't suck. I think all of us had him sucking.
Yeah.
And he actually
I figured
was
this was
decent.
going to be the end of his career,
Yeah.
sucking with the Steelers.
Like, the first thing I was texting Jordan Goodling and some other Steelers fans, and like my first question was like, all right, who's your second string? So I know who to look to come out. Because like I was just ready for the inevitable, like 5 minutes in Aaron Rodgers injury like he did at New York. And it just never happened. Like I was kind of shocked. And like someone put up his stats at the end of the game.
They weren't bad.
No, it was legitimately impressive.
Yeah.
So maybe they're not crazy. I thought they were idiots.
Maybe all those ayahuasca trips in the offseason did him some good.
Yeah, him and Danica's moon rocks must be kicking, baby.
Right?
I still think they should have gotten married because they're both freaking nuts. Like they're both freaking like they were perfect for each other because they're both insane.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was good.
I don't miss having her on the broadcast. Not one bit.
Not a loss for the world at all. So ending our
another
break with the NFL.
In another not surprise, Zillisch dominated the race. I think his biggest competition was going to be the Allgaier, but Allgaier got taken out by boneheads.
You're not wrong. And unfortunately, I hate that this hat. I mean, I'm wearing my hat. He's my guy. I will forever be an Allgaier fan. What is it with him and speeding on pit road, man? I'm telling you, every time he has a chance to win, this happens.
And that's what put him back in the nonsense.
And he was so fast. Like legit,
yes, he was.
He had a race-winning car.
Oh, 100%. I think he was the only competition Zillisch had.
Oh, for sure.
Nobody else was even close. Sawalich, give me a break.
Oh, I love it. And so what's really funny, it's on the list, but we're going to jump now. Somebody posted on Twitter about how, all you guys been making fun of Sawalich and check out his last 2 weeks. And I couldn't help myself. And I commented back and said, yeah, you still trash. Yeah.
When you're in the best equipment, it's not surprising to see it up there at the front.
Well, yeah,
it's actually more telling when it's not at the front.
And the thing is, like last week, they're bragging about his P2, but he had to wipe out 10 cars to get that P2.
Yeah.
Like, that's not impressive. So, which shout out to Sawalich. This is later in the list, but we're just going to hit it now because we're already throwing him under the bus. Sawalich became the first full-time JGR driver in the Xfinity Series not to make the playoffs. So, hey,
wow, props.
Well done, spoiled rich kid. Can't wait to see who he wrecks this week. It's going to be great.
Being at Bristol, it's going to be fireworks.
Oh, freaking pinball, baby. Get ready.
Oh, this
is
going to
match.
make enemies that will follow you the rest of the playoffs.
Gosh, I hope so. Give me some drama. Xfinity Series has been a little too tame lately. We need some drama.
I mean,
we need a little. We need Austin Hill to right hook someone again. We need some more stupidity to bring into the conversation.
Oh, I'm sure it'll happen.
I need Justin Allgaier to win a race, man. I want to see that 7 in victory lane. Which Bristol?
Yeah, it's a good possibility.
Bristol. This could be the weekend.
I hope.
If y'all don't have it on your calendar yet, this Friday, Xfinity Series at Bristol. I'm telling you, consistently one of the best races of the year.
100%.
It's going to be awesome.
That's why it's on my list of tracks I want to go to. A night race at Bristol.
I am hoping. So we went in, it was either 22 or 23, I don't remember, but we went semi-recently. In the next gen era, we went. And
I know you said it was underwhelming.
Oh, the Saturday race was trash, but we kind of expected that a little bit going into it. I think we were optimistic that it wouldn't totally suck, and then it totally sucked. But watching the Xfinity race at Bristol in person is one of the most amazing experiences of your life because there's so much happening there that TV can't capture it all.
I believe it.
And when and you know it from Martinsville because it's the same idea.
Yeah.
That there's so much going on that when you're in person, you're like, oh, that battle. Oh, that battle. Oh, look at those guys. They're 3 wide. Oh, back to that battle.
Well, and then add in the banking that they have at Bristol. I mean, they're high, low, and everywhere,
I'm telling you. Xfinity Series at Bristol is one of the best races to experience in person. I would say the second best race to experience in person is probably the Xfinity Series at Martinsville.
Yes.
And I'm excited because we will be there.
I'm excited too. I'm excited for that whole weekend. Again, I haven't quite started ticking down the days yet, but I know it's exactly 4 weeks. Yeah,
exactly. And thanks to Martinsville Speedway and your crappy website, it only took 8 times verifying my card. For them to
Andy had to
actually
call
take the
his bank
payment.
twice to say it was actually him making the
This
purchase.
is ridiculous. I had to verify with Capital One 8 times to purchase tickets. So, but we're good. The tickets are ordered. We're locked
going.
in. We got
100%.
great seats. Camping again. And we are there. We are there for the full experience.
We're all there for all 5 races. Boys and girls.
It's going to be good. So even if Sunday sucks, it'll still be
It'll
good.
it'll still be worth it. I mean, the wheel and modifieds are gonna be amazing on that short track. You know, the Miatas, that's gonna be a poop show. That is gonna be nonstop entertainment.
Yeah.
Then we have the Truck Series, which they're gonna get after it, especially
it's gonna
being
be great. It's gonna be
so
awesome.
far into the playoffs.
Corey Haim's getting wrecked. Guarantee it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And then the Xfinity Series is gonna be just lights out. The Cup race, I mean, last time we were there, we saw the Hail Melons, so you never quite know what you're gonna see at this race.
Don't forget who won that race the last 2 years too. Just saying. If it's a dud of a race, but the 12 wins, I'm still happy.
That's fair.
I have only ever seen my favorite driver win in person once.
I've got a goose egg.
I saw Justin Allgaier win at Darlington in 22. I think 22. That was it. Otherwise, usually I'm the curse. Normally when I go, my driver wrecks right in front of me. So
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing.
I went to 2. No, I'm going to get the stat wrong. Just a lot. That's all that matters. It's just been a lot. Wow, we deviated aggressively. Back to
all good.
Xfinity. Zillisch won. So obviously it's not a hot take at all to say that Zillisch is the championship favorite, but we kind of already talked about that on the collab with Here for Speed. So
Zillisch and Allgaier, I think, are the
I think so.
only 2 that it really comes down to.
No, I 100% agree. The question is, does anybody else win before we get to Phoenix? Because they said the Zillish's last race that he didn't win was in July or something like that.
So him and Corey Haim literally are 2 halves of the same coin.
Yes, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
So I'll be honest. The one thing that worries me, I think Connor Zillisch is a phenom. I think he is extremely talented. The thing that worries me is him going up to the Cup Series and then just losing all credibility.
Yeah, it's going to be a big step, and you're going to a totally different discipline of car where I think his abilities are a little more rewarded in the Xfinity Series right now.
Agreed.
So that is going to be a shift, but
And he's going to Trackhouse, which yes, they're aligned with Hendrick, but they're not quite as good as him.
they're one of the spottiest teams in the world just because
They're either on it or they're out to lunch. There's no in between.
It's super weird because, normally you can follow a trend line, but like Trackhouse can go from every car in the top 10 to every car running 25th in a week.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre. And I don't know that anyone else swings quite as hard as they do, but they'll be there for the road courses.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no
They got
doubt
2
about
road
it.
course ringers now, so I guess Ross just finished somewhere, just don't suck.
Just finish the race, basically.
Yeah, because it's going to be between the 88 and the 87.
Yeah.
So, but I'm excited to see. He's a great kid. He almost took out the cameraman with his burnout, which,
Why do you have to run out there on the track while they're celebrating?
I agree. And it's to a point where I do believe it's a safety concern.
Yeah.
And especially at Gateway where you have such a narrow front stretch, them standing on the inside of the pit wall would not have affected the shot at all.
Not at all.
So I think the time has come. Now, I'm curious what you think. I personally love front stretch interviews. I know that's kind of a hot topic in the NASCAR Twitter's world. I do really enjoy the front stretch interview. I feel like the energy level, getting engaged with the fans, it gets a more raw emotion. I'm actually a big fan, so I don't want to get rid of them, but maybe let's let the people chill out until they stop and get out of the car and then come up.
Yeah, I mean, I like the front stretch interviews. They have really gotten away from the actual victory lane interviews like they used to do.
It's very rare anymore.
Yeah, and I do agree with you that I like the emotions when they get out of the car and they're excited and watching the fan engagement, but at the same time, you don't need to be right there while they're still doing a burnout. Like, once he gets the car stopped, you mean to tell me you can't get over that infield wall and over to him as he's unstrapping the belts and actually comes to a stop? Give me a break.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And like, can you imagine? I mean, he was a couple feet from potentially something big, because if he pins that cameraman between him and the wall, like, we're not having as calm a conversation.
Oh, agreed. Well,
and that's what makes me nervous. Like, we're gonna kill somebody if we keep doing this.
Well, not only that, but look at the number of times that people do burnouts until their tires catch on fire, they blow out, whatever. You know, that tire blowing apart, that's throwing rubber and braided steel, you know, out all over the place. Then if there's a car that's on fire, we've seen it before, where they've had to get fire extinguishers out because the rubber gets built up and starts burning the car down. You know, so there's a safety component to this. And again, it's not going to kill the shot or the energy to wait until the car stops before you jump over the wall.
I agree 100%. And to me, it's just common sense. I mean, the irony is it's still considered a hot track as per NASCAR standards.
Yes.
Like, they're big on, like, if you're a hard card member, you do not touch the asphalt until it becomes a cold track.
Is that different than the hard R?
So Gateway, cars happened. Sheldon Creed, I don't know. He blew a tire and missed a shift, checking a text message. I forget what exactly happened. I think it was mechanical. I don't think it was actually
bad.
his fault.
But it stacked up the whole field and everybody left with damage after that.
It did. And I was trying to figure out. So obviously, like, he stops. I get that. Everyone has to spread out, and that's where all the incidental contact happens. You're going to have that. There's zero fault to happen there. But like, when the 41 is passing him, it looks like the 41 wrecked himself. It was a very interesting replay, because I kind of was trying to slow it down and look, and I'm like, did the 00 cut the wheel? But it looks like the 41 just went like that.
Yeah, it was a weird angle. I'll say that. Like, I think both parties were at fault, honestly.
Yeah, and to what gain? Like, he was past the wreck, and then he just was like, let me get in this. And
I don't know what the thought pattern was there.
Because if that doesn't happen, the 7 makes it through.
Yeah.
You know, and that, just heartbroken, man.
Yeah.
I mean, home of the bias.
But taken out through no fault of his own other than speeding on pit road.
Yeah, I know. Killing me. It was not the greatest race in the world. Honestly, the Cup,
I think the Cup race may have been on par or maybe just a touch better.
It was close.
Yeah.
It had more storylines. Like, I'll give it that. It had definitely more storylines. So, yeah, it was not. Honestly, you know what Gateway reminds me of is Williams Grove.
It does. Yes. Yes.
And that's not necessarily a good thing.
No, because we've spoke our piece about that many times.
Yeah, because and what's funny is, even like, you watch the way sprint cars have to navigate turn 1 and 2 at Williams Grove, and you watch how they had to navigate turn 1 and 2 at Gateway. It was
pretty identical.
It's almost identical. Like, it's kind of wild. So, and I mean, it's just a track design flaw.
Yeah.
I do think, again, I know I hate to make this recommendation all the time. I think progressive banking unlocks a whole new racetrack for Gateway.
Agreed.
And you can still keep the walls, you can still keep the shape, and I think it would be a totally different racetrack. The market seems to enjoy it. They almost sell out, or they sold out. Half the grandstands are silver, but they sold out yesterday. So, like, people are coming. So
yeah, as much as I hate to say it, because of the racing product being what it is, I think that's why the tracks are having such difficulty. Plus, you know, when it all comes down to it, you can see more typically on the TV than you can at the track.
Yeah.
You know, unless, like we said, it's at one of the short tracks. But.
Well, and one frustrating thing. So they released the TV ratings for the Southern 500 last week, and they were trash. Like, not trash, but they showed a trajectory of the Southern 500 over the last 4 years, basically the next gen era, and it just is doing this. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you what, there was a couple industry people a few weeks ago that said fans are going to start casting their votes with the TV remotes.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it, and I'm really curious to see how Gateway does, because I think, you know, I know all the suits are saying it's the greatest racing in the world and blah, 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 but it's the fans are speaking loudly. And yeah,
as much as I hate to give a guy credit that is too busy to show up here the podcast, but Mitch made a good point in the text group over the weekend with the age of the NASCAR CEO, chairman of the board. You know what I'm talking about?
That it may not be much longer.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that the decision-making process has gone awry and something needs to be fixed.
Yeah. And you just do anything. They've done nothing.
Yeah, what did he say, 80 years old?
Yeah, he's got to be. Man, we need some new leadership bad. And it from what I saw in the court transcripts, I feel like Steve O'Donnell has a potential to not be an idiot. But pretty much the rest of them, I think, need to go.
The only thing that worries me is you get somebody that thinks with their wallet rather than thinking, about the sport itself or having performed in the sport in some aspect. That's like getting somebody who runs a hot dog stand to go and manage a fine dining 5-star Michelin restaurant.
Yeah.
It's just two different ball games. So if you get somebody who's not racing oriented, I think it would hurt having to change.
No, I think so. I think so for sure. And even if it's just in your competition role, like I get somebody that's good at running a business maybe doesn't have that, but the people that are running your competition and speaking the loudest in that need to understand what good racing is.
Yes.
And they just don't have that. I mean, you can call it what you want, but look at the product we have. Obviously, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like it's not new information. So Sammy Smith is back in the 8 for 2026. JRM just announced that today. Kind of bummed, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I was surprised by that decision. I really was.
Man, I mean, there was some rumors of some good drivers landing in that car this year, and to see Sammy Smith back in the 8, you're like, man,
really
why?
just has not produced. I mean, honestly,
No.
Carson Quaffle, I'm kind of disappointed with also, to be honest.
Yeah, but he's done more. Well, Sammy has a win-ish.
Well, it was gifted to
yeah.
him.
He has an asterisk win.
Just saying, I picked him for that race.
You
just
did,
saying,
you jerk.
just brush that shoulder off.
Sure. Sorry, we'll wait till we get to the pick points. I'm working on locking that up a couple weeks out. So
Yeah, no doubt.
Bill Davis passed away, which this was really sucky to hear because he's a legend of the sport, man. Like Bill Davis was around forever, and he won a lot of races in NASCAR. Yeah. So
it's a shame seeing legends of the sport pass on.
Oh, for sure. And unfortunately, you look at like the big boom era of NASCAR and how many years it's been. I think we're going to have a wave here soon because there's a lot of absolute legends from the peak of NASCAR that are all kind of getting
in that age group.
I know. So unfortunately, I think we're going to see more and more. But thoughts and prayers go out to Bill's family. And again, just whatever it's worth from us, a thank you for what you brought. I mean,
helping to define the sport.
Yeah. Again, Daytona 500 champion, won a couple truck championships, I believe, with Mike Skinner. Great guy. So definitely going to be missed. And then we also have Brendan Queen. We have some good news. Butterbean McQueen running the Xfinity race at Bristol with Colleague. I'm excited for this.
I am too. I like the kid. He's done a lot of good in the ARCA series. I'll be curious to see what he can do on a bigger spotlight or a bigger stage.
Yeah, it'll be the big measure because I feel like he has really stepped up every opportunity he's had. Like any truck ride he's in, he does really well. He's been kicking butt in the ARCA series, like kicking butt and taking names. So this is for me just that next point.
Brent Cruz drives for JGR and steps on his ding ding routinely.
He does.
Butterbean Queen, he just drives right around him in a smaller budget team and really just puts him in his place. I love it. Love everything about it.
It's good. And Cars Tour driver, Cars Tour champion. I believe he's a Cars Tour champion. Talent, massive talent. So I'm excited to see him doing well. So that'll be good. Hope to see him run a top 10. I think would be a good night.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because it's going to be tough. I mean, a top 10 in the Xfinity at Bristol is a tough. So if he can pull that off, that sends a message.
Agreed. I think honestly, anything 15th and up is a respectable finish. But yeah, top 10. I think they're going to celebrate like they just won the whole show.
I'll back that up. Haas factory team switching to Chevrolet from Ford next year.
Shocked me.
Me too.
I was really surprised.
And honestly, I think for me, it's more from the Xfinity Series angle because they are, I mean, I'm sorry, Ryan Sieg, like they're doing a great job, but this was your primary Ford team in the Xfinity Series. So now, does this confirm the rumors that Penske's going to be fielding some Fords next year? Because that could lend to that decision for Haas.
Good.
Because obviously Penske's going to be a tier 1 in Xfinity if they do. So I don't know.
The only thing is, the rumor mill is only said about them putting on one car again.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. It's hard to be a one car team, and have consistent success. More eyes on a problem tends to catch more things that are going wrong.
Sure.
So I don't know. They've been successful in the Xfinity Series in years past, and I love whenever they put their Cup guys back down into that series just to shake things up a bit. But
yeah,
I don't know. I just don't think one car is the way to go.
No, it's going to be tough. But really shocked at that news. They are, quote, Hendrick Alliance. The issue is
who isn't in that series.
Well, and I think that's my concern is how far down the list are you? Because obviously Hendrick is going to prioritize the teams they want to prioritize.
Exactly.
Spire is their number one alliance. You can tell. I mean, there's a lot of investment between Hendrick and Spire. And then it kind of just starts working down. So, if they're a Hendrick alliance, how far down the list? Because if they're like 5th tier, I'm not that impressed.
Truth.
Like, I think they're worse off than they are this year. So that'll be interesting.
Even to that degree, what does that do to the feeder system for Fords?
Man,
because if you only have, essentially one potential winning team, I think they're Ford themselves is hurting themselves by not having more cars out there.
Well, because unless I'm forgetting anyone, that really makes Ryan Sieg your only top guy.
Agreed.
And again, no disrespect, but like you need more than that if you're a manufacturer.
I mean, BJ McLeod always ran Fords, but they were never a front running team. They were a field filler. No hate, just being honest, they didn't have the funds. There's been a couple other smaller teams, but nobody that you can really rely on.
Yeah. Man, I really hope either Penske or RFK needs to have a presence.
I think RFK needs to win in the Cup Series before they can worry about the Xfinity Series.
Probably. Breaks my heart.
Sorry. Being honest.
Hey, Penske's winning, so they can do it.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Send them down, baby. Who would they? I mean, Lane Riggs, I guess, would be in the pipeline, right? That would probably be the realistic Ford.
Yeah, but I mean, again, no real movement for him into the Xfinity Series, so he'd have to go from the truck straight up to Cup, and I just don't think.
Well, that's what I mean, though. If Penske were to launch an Xfinity program, Lane Riggs could be their guy, because he's an actual Ford guy. Like he's not just.
Don't let it be Chandler Smith. Don't let it be Chandler Smith. Yeah,
I mean, Lane's
Riggs.
Outperforming Chandler Smith.
Yes, he is.
So, if you're going to do it. And then this was a rumor months ago, and I haven't heard anything about it since, is that Carson Quaffle is signing with Ford and moving to a Penske Xfinity car.
Yeah, that's the rumor that I've heard, but not seen any movement since.
No, so let's start that rumor. I think that's a solid. If we just say it, maybe they'll do it. So I think Penske launches an Xfinity program.
Hey, we willed the SRX series back into possible existence.
Maybe it sounds like that might be dead too.
I know, but I want it to come back so bad.
So let's call it now. Penske Xfinity next year, Lane Riggs and Carson Quaffle.
I'd be excited about that, actually.
I would be too.
Yeah.
I would like that. I think that's got potential. Chandler Smith can stay where he is. He's fine.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, he ran himself in the wall last week and then was complaining about the truck.
Yeah,
it's like that's the problem with these steel-bodied trucks. And I'm like, dude, you ran into the wall. Like, that's your fault.
Exactly. He's a bonehead.
He is. Hey, countless. And then he'll get out and preach Jesus. Yeah. NASCAR potentially putting restrictions on the fastest lap point after Josh Berry won it last week. Really? This is the thing we're focusing on? Like, of all the things in the Cup Series, we're like, here's the squeaky wheel.
Yeah. This is so far under the radar as far as priorities that need fixed. It's ridiculous. Let's seriously try to fix the problem, not one little aspect of the points.
Oh, 100%. And like, honestly, I thought it was good because it gave like a car that was out something to shoot for.
Right.
Give them a little something to recover on the day. Like, I was fine with it. So yes. I just don't get again.
It gives the smaller teams a chance, to get a little press, get a little publicity, get their names out there a little bit.
But typical NASCAR leadership, going after the non-issue and making it an issue.
Yep.
Chilling on a dirt road. We had the Tuscarora 50 this weekend at Port Royal, and we did not go, unfortunately.
No, things did not work out to be able to go this weekend, unfortunately.
I was gone most evenings last week, and I just couldn't bring it to myself to go to my wife and say, hey, I'm going to leave tonight and go up to Port Royal. So I thought, you know what? Let's stay home with the family, kick it on the Flow Racing, and just watch it there.
Yeah,
so,
I was tentatively planning to go with the Edkin clan over to the Tusky 50, but Kenny got a buyer for his Fox body, so that changed plans up.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Because he had to run a couple hours out of his way and then a couple hours back, and it just put a damper on going back out after already having been running all day.
Gosh, freaking sound like a bunch of old people here.
Right?
Like,
what happened to our energy?
Oh, I did legitimately want to go. I just couldn't. Yeah. And plus I was out last Saturday because of the Sportsman 100.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I'm like, man, I can't do it 2 weeks in a row. But it was a pretty good race. I thought
Brian
the racing
Timms
product
from
was pretty
Oklahoma.
solid. Dude.
Says here that he started in 8th place and drove up to the win. So that was good.
19 years old. And he has now won the Tusky 50 and the Knoxville Nationals in the same freaking year.
Yeah, that's insane.
And
that's
like
insane.
whooped him. Like he won the Knoxville Nationals, I think, by 7 or 8 seconds, and then he won the Tusky 50 by 9.
Yeah, and I mean, there's not a whole lot of good things that come out of Oklahoma other than
just Ryan Timms, apparently.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. I beyond impressive. And what was really impressive too, this is just like an asterisk.
In the Chili Bowl's in Oklahoma.
That is.
That's the only other thing, so the Chili Bowl and Ryan Timms, 2 good things out of Oklahoma. Everything else, good luck.
Is there anything else in Oklahoma? I think that's it.
A lot of meth and strippers.
So that's in Duncannon too. So why? I think there's like 4 strip clubs within a 10-mile radius of my house, which is ridiculous.
The sad part is you're not wrong.
What I think the joke in our town forever was there was a bar for every church. The problem is half the churches have closed down, but now we've got 3 more strip clubs. So
and don't forget about the rub and tug over by the by the truck stop.
Oh yeah, Athena Massage, 24/7. That's how you know it's good. That's
with that blue light out front.
Oh gosh, yeah. We got a Sheets though. We got a Rudders. So that's the good part.
I'll tell you what, I hit that Rudders every week before I come in here, so I can grab some numbs.
The Rudders. I like the Rudders.
Yeah, because you can't cross the highway anymore.
I know, but the Rudders is better anyway.
It is.
So it's a win. It's a win. I actually go the long way to go to Rudders sometimes.
Oh, nice.
Because obviously for me, I would have to do a double back twice to get there, but it's worth it. So
yeah, I definitely like Rudders better than Sheets. Step up your game, Sheets.
And Wawa's working its way up my list too. I've been a fan.
It is, especially now that they have one in Enola.
Yeah. They do well, they don't do it, but you can like build your own latte.
Yeah.
Where you get your own milk and you just get a double shot of espresso and then you mix it in a cup with ice. And it's pretty dang good. I'm a little ashamed to admit on record that I drink lattes from time to time, but it's pretty dang good. I gotta be honest.
Judgment. No judgment.
Yeah.
It's caffeine, no judgment.
No judgment. All about the caffeine. But good race for Ryan Timms. Great job. And again, what I think was almost more impressive from him is they were not great the opening 2 nights. So it's not like they just unloaded with speed and survived. They genuinely worked on the car and earned where they did. So props to them. That was awesome.
Well, and the Speed Palace is not an easy place for someone who's not familiar with it. I mean, that track takes a lot of skill. It's real wide. Runs can come from just about anywhere. So
and it changes a lot.
It does.
Like a lot.
They do a lot of good track prep there. Just saying.
They did.
Other tracks in the area, Williams Grove.
Something to throw over there. Yeah. Heat races were not super great, but I was glad they took a long break after the heat races and fixed it, which is good. I appreciate when tracks do that. Like, I would rather wait an extra 30 minutes for the features and have the product be good.
Yeah.
And again, there's a lot of tracks that won't do that. Same one. So, hey, props to Port. They got it done. It was a good race.
And good weather. I mean, it was raining earlier in the day, and they pushed back the start time, but it ended up working out in their favor, I think.
And the forecast was terrible. Like, I thought there was a 0% chance they were getting it in Saturday, so that was cool.
Well, really and actually, as the day went on, the weather got better throughout the day Saturday. So, like I said, it worked out.
True. Props to the push truck. We had whoever was pushing the 69K of Smith ran him right into the four-wheeler in front of him.
Brilliant.
Bent the whole front of the car, and they had to take this big, long pause during qualifying. Because they had, I mean, it's their fault.
You had to give the guy a chance, yeah.
So they had to put a new front wing on. They had to fix the front clip because it was bent. And I'm like, come on, man. That's just, good Lord. I completely forget who won the night before. But Anthony Macri absolutely annihilated the field on the open night. I mean,
as much as I hate to say it, Macri knows how to wheel a car. I mean,
he does.
He's not my guy. I don't root for him, but he knows how to wheel a car.
And I'm 100% in the same boat with you. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts.
It does. It does. It's almost like saying, you don't hate Hamlin as much as you used to.
Gosh, they are kind of the same in my book now. Right. It's all right. Macri will do something stupid next week, and we'll remember.
That's great.
And Brett Marks had speed, man. That was nice to see again. I feel like the 19, ever since he won like $3 million in 2023 by winning like every single big race, he sort of has disappeared. At least for me. So it's kind of nice to see him like. He had some legit speed this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to see a familiar face back up at the front. How about that?
For sure. And Chase Dietz, he's impressing me too. He's doing.
Yeah, I got nothing but love for him.
Yeah, he's good. He this is gonna kill Jordan because Jordan hates Danny Dietrich. I think Chase Dietz and Danny Dietrich are pretty similar.
Agreed.
And I kind of like both of them.
Yeah.
So sorry in advance to Jordan because he hates Danny Dietrich and loves Chase Dietz, but I'm saying it. I said it, and there it is. Sheldon Haudenschild is leaving his race team. He's been with that team for 10 years, it feels like. It's been
something
a minute.
Like that. It's been a while.
So that was big news. And there's a wild rumor, which would be kind of cool, that Ryan Timms might be going to TSR next year. Now, I would argue he doesn't need to because their family team's doing a pretty dang good job. Yeah. I don't know that he needs to go to Tony Stewart Racing, but that'd be kind of a wild.
It would. I mean,
kind of wild.
Tony Stewart does like strong young talent, so I mean.
Oh, forgot to switch your camera. Yeah, and God knows they need it. And then David Gravel won the first night of the Outlaw this weekend, and unfortunately their second night rained out. So, which whatever. It was Tusky 50 weekend, so
yeah, that's what our focus was on.
It was, and great car turnout. They had a lot of freaking cars, so love to see it. Love to see it. Best race of the weekend, man. This is actually, I don't know. I feel like I have to go Tusky 50.
I was going to go with the Cup race.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, I like the Tusky 50 as much as the next guy, but I don't know. Like I said, I was just pleasantly surprised by how the Cup race went.
It was better than expected. Well, honestly, there's a solid pick. It's very weird that Xfinity loses to everybody.
Right?
This is not a frequent event, and I have a feeling
it'll be the last time this season.
Next week's podcast will have a different discussion because I think it's going to be Xfinity. So, review race predictions. So,
oh boy,
guys, I won again.
Oh, surprise. I'm saying somebody messed up counting the ballots. I want to recount.
There was a major shift in the results at 3 a.m., and I came out on top. Just call me Joe Biden, baby. I'm coming in clutch. No, I went with Christopher Bell. David went with Ryan Preece, which I really thought Preece was going to beat us for a while there. Mitch went with Chris Buescher, and of course, Kevin went with Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, I know he finished 17th. He was back there.
Yeah. Now, I think he ran better. They were kind of going, again, he had a fast car, but he didn't qualify well.
Yeah.
And you just had to kind of go crazy because you couldn't pass.
BK was up front for a while. It's just his strategy just did not work.
Yeah, he was up there on two tires, which is no bueno. So Christopher Bell got me the dub. I now have 10 wins on the season. David and Kevin are both tied with 6, and Mitch is running last with 3.
Doesn't show up.
Yeah, in Mitch's defense, he only picked half the season. So we will go ahead and, Kevin, I will give you, we're going into Bristol. So I think
I'm going to go with Chase Elliott this week.
You know, I was just about to say I feel like it's going to be a Hendricky sort of weekend.
Yeah.
That's not a bad pick. I'm going to go with, man, I'm torn. I don't think it's going to be a Ford. I'm not in love with Ford at Bristol.
No,
I just don't see it.
I thought they were going to do it at Gateway, but that didn't pan out.
No.
Stupid Larson for taking out
Jerks.
Blaney.
And I'm not loving Trackhouse. Obviously, RCR sucks. They continue to suck. They're awful. So I may.
You going with another Gibbs?
No, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go with the guy that I hated yesterday, Kyle Larson.
Okay.
It feels wild, but I feel like the number 5. Could
David didn't send in a pick, did he?
Nope, and neither did Mitch. So I'm scrolling to the bottom of the standings here. We're gonna give Mitch Noah Gregson, and we're gonna give David Cole Custer because
Sounds great.
They didn't show up, so they're getting 2 of the guys in the bottom.
I mean, they know we do this every week, same day, like clockwork. They could, at the very least, send in their picks.
Hey, I was nice because I could have given them Cody Ware and Riley Herbst, which are definitely worse drivers.
Did you say Riley Herpes?
Yeah, herpes. The herpily. So, so going to be interesting. Goodyear is bringing the, what is it, quote, softest, most aggressive tire we've ever ran, and apparently was so soft that it damaged their machine they were testing it on.
Oh,
so
interesting.
It has potential. Now, we've been sold this bag of goods so many times. I feel like I'm just like the it's
Snake
the boy
oil
who cried
salesman.
wolf. Yeah. So I'll believe it when I see it, but I will say we have the potential for Saturday to be interesting. And I would probably take a poop show over what we've seen there with this car.
Yeah, I will say that Jeff and Jake had a really good point whenever they said a couple weeks ago about reducing the size of the brakes, making the brake pads and rotors a little smaller. I think that would also fix things because you would have to manage, so much more in the car.
For sure. No, 100%. I think they nailed it. And it's that and shifting. Before you even touch the aero stuff, if you get smaller brakes and remove one of the gears, that alone is going to move the needle forward. Yeah, because they're both massive, massive issues. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, you guys should definitely have Friday on your radar. Going to be a great race, I have no doubt. Thursday truck race should also be pretty good.
Trucks always put on a good show at Bristol, I feel.
Yeah. They get a little more aero than I feel like I expect them to, but it'll still be good. And then Saturday's the big gamble war. We're not quite sure what we're going to see. So, and then I am actually gone all of next week. So hopefully we can find maybe we could do a late could we do a late Saturday night podcast? That might be asking too much, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
We'll do something. It may be a special Zoom edition or something, but we'll try to find some way to get to you guys next week. And maybe if it's Zoom, everyone can show up.
Yeah. Oh, that's a novel theory.
Probably not. Probably not going to happen. So, but anyway, any final words, Kevin?
No. I think it was a good weekend the whole way around, and I'm hoping this weekend's racing is just as good, if not better.
Me too. I love Bristol. Great track, great speedway. Deserves to do well. I hope it does well. So, have a good weekend, y'all. Go 12.
Hello.